Hey there, and I invite you to join me in this meditation. This type of meditation will be based around sounds and listening to the sounds around us. And we might notice and be aware and pay attention to sound that we don't normally pay attention to or notice. We can see awareness as our overall consciousness experience, but attention is a little more narrowed. It's kind of like you're walking past a friend and you say hi to them, and they don't say hi back, but they looked at you. And you're like, why the heck are they looking right at me, but they didn't say anything? A lot of the time we're aware and conscious, but we're not necessarily paying attention to it. So in a macro sense, we're aware or conscious of it, but in terms of our experience, it's not what we're paying attention to. So this is going to kind of be a metaphor for listening in this meditation. Noticing things you don't normally notice. So, as with any meditation, please find a place where you won't be disturbed. Please pause this video if you have to. And I recommend you sit on the floor, sit on a chair, and gently close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. Still having soft eyelids. And notice your jaws clenched and soften your jaw. Take some big breaths. As you're breathing in, feeling vitality and energy, and as you breathe out, any excess energy or frustration just coming right out of your body. And let's start to bring our awareness to the sounds we can hear. Just letting the vibrations in the air play with your eardrums. And at first, sometimes you may or may not notice that our brain tends to label things. Oh, that's this. That's the sound of a chair moving. And we try to drop the labels and just listen to the pure sound. And you may quickly notice you're lost in thought, and when that happens, just come back to listening. And trying to listen with curiosity. Can you listen to the simple sounds around you as if you were listening to music? We're just trying to have an open, vast awareness of our sounds around us. And even as you hear my voice right now, don't try to make sense of the words you're hearing. Your brain will do that automatically. Just simply listen to the sounds. Is it possible to stretch the radius of your listening awareness farther than normal? Are you noticing any sounds that you don't normally pay attention to? And when you get lost in thought and distracted, just come right back to listening. No big deal. Just listening to the sound. And as we start to transition out of this meditation, I'll tell you a quick story. You can keep your eyes closed for the time being, or open if that's comfortable. So last night, I was coming home after work, and I decided to just sit outside at night. It's probably around 9 o'clock at night, maybe 8:30 yesterday. And I'm just sitting there, just relaxing. And I noticed the longer I was there, I started hearing more things than usual. A few minutes into sitting down outside, I started hearing the sounds of all the bugs at night. And I wasn't paying attention to those sounds in the minutes prior. So I started noticing things and adding things unconsciously or effortlessly through this open, vast listening. I'll give a better example. Applying this to listening. Picture if you're by a lake or a pond and you're just looking at the pond. And a lot of the time we're lost in thought, but we're aware of the pond. But imagine the more present we become, the more clear the water in the pond is. And then we can see the fish in the water and the beautiful rocks and so on. And at first we weren't noticing the things in the water. We were kind of just seeing the surface of the water. We may have been lost in thought. We were aware of the water. But over time, as we become more present, we can see the water get clearer. And we can see what's under the surface and see all of the beauty there is to it. So if you haven't done already, I invite you to gently open your eyes at this moment. And as you transition out of this meditation, you can start to wiggle around your fingers and your toes. Notice what that feels like. And maybe you can hear a little more than usual right now. Subtle sounds that are really far away. You might hear a train or a car very far away. You might even hear the frequency of the lights around you or the pressure in the room. It's all there. It's this beautiful, natural sound symphony in a way. And trying to enjoy this with curiosity. Is it possible to enjoy the present moment just as it is? By just being a sponge to the present moment experience. We don't have to manufacture anything additionally in meditation. We don't have to create things. We're just becoming a sponge and just looking with a more vast awareness and vantage point and soaking in the good. Not pushing away the bad, but not letting it soak in either. So I love to do listening meditations like this. For me, I find it the quickest thing to kind of lower the volume of my thoughts. And just to be clear, the point of practicing meditation is not to get rid of thoughts. But there is a beauty in meditation as it does give us more peaceful time, more freedom mentally, where we can escape the train of thought, even for just a moment, and just enjoy the present moment as it is.